outside a chop up on the gravel. Don't know, I do some live streaming, big up on yourself. Outside on the streaming. Yo, I'm gone.
Yeah, you sound like
And it's some podcast.
Oh, now you want to leave?
Big up.
Can you hear me now?
Welcome, everybody.
I'm tired of these freaking pretendians, man. He don't want to show
He
nothing.
just racist, bro. Cause he don't match it.
He said, scroll all the way to the left. Scroll all the way to the right. Screenshot it.
And then it's like the stuff we saying go along with like the genetics back or what we saying. Like you have no proof that the first phenotype in America looked like you. But we have proof that the ancestral population that y'all supposedly broke off from was a Negrito-like branch. This is like, bro, all the first East Asians to populate are the same people as the Southeast Asians, bro. And then another wave of them came up to the fucking north and eastern part of Asia, and they mixed. Like, I don't like. This is where they get the conclusion that hey, maybe the modern Native Americans might not be the first migration. Maybe there was different streams. And y'all are so disingenuous. It's like no, it's only us. We're the only ones that hold the DNA, and it's like it's crazy. And then you guys refer to historical accounts, but we show historical accounts and you say, well, those people are admixed, even though we can prove that the first population coming here presented as black, bro.
But
Science proves that, not a science proves it.
I tagged Paperwork and Dub in a video, and in that video I showed a source where it talks about how Native Americans who first came here, 20,000 years ago or whatever, would not have old world phenotypes.
There were people here pre-glacial maximum. That predates when you're trying. That's what I'm saying, right? You guys are Clovis genetically, right? Say.
I just want to show this for the people. Like, so hold on, bro. Hold on. So this right here, this is Melanesian, right? So if we zoom in, all the dots represent an individual that I match. Me as a Black American, right? Why do I match 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13? Why do I match almost 12 to 13 bones in the middle of the Pacific fucking Ocean?
Don't you have ancestors from there or some shit? I remember you showed a picture of them.
They look like it, but they from America. They from Mississippi, nigga.
No, you were saying you had like Papuan ancestry or some shit.
No, I trace my genetics back there. I have cousins that I matched there, but all my people are from America, bro. Mississippi, Georgia, the South, and I matched the bones in South America. We gotta make this shit make sense, bro. And I matched Naya. Oh, all right. Lame ass nigga.
Hater. Right. He just mad he not an ancient indigenous nigga like Pape.
Oh, all right.
Where's your people, bro? It just
hater.
You need to bow down. You need to bow down to the real
It's just illogical. You get me?
Hey, listen, look, Sage, right? Sage, listen, look, hold up, listen. You said you have a source that proves 20,000 years ago the first phenotype couldn't have been you guys. So who are the people from Oxford?
The same people I'm talking about. That's the first migration from Beringia.
So you know what they look like, right?
They would not look black, bro.
Just because they took the Beringia route, don't mean they originally started in Beringia. Like,
you think they didn't get trapped?
Let's talk about the oldest bone that's close to Beringia. What is the genetics of the oldest bone found next to Beringia?
I'm trying to focus on history. Where were your people here pre-1492?
Everywhere, North, Central, and South America.
Bro, find me one.
Look. This is how we know scientists. This is how we know scientists don't agree with people like Sage, right? The discovery that people were here more than 30,000 years ago raises a range of key questions about who these people were, how they lived, how widespread they were, and ultimately what their fate was, right? The discovery that people were here more than 30,000. Keep making it look like
match those Colombian bones.
I know, and I matched not one African bone.
y'all don't understand these migrations. Y'all
Well,
don't
You
that's
know
no
that
African
they're
bones,
being
bro.
disingenuous. They won't put them on the PCA plot for a reason, bro. They won't put them on the PCA plot. You don't think like that? You ain't asked why they never put
That's
them on the PCA
conspiracy
plot.
talk. That's conspiracy talk, bro.
This
So
is
everyone's white,
Hey,
okay.
like we're not targeted for our dark skin.
so we gotta understand it was different, bro. It was different migrations.
I
That
know.
proved linguistics, and it was diversity.
There was basically two main migrations, bro. There was the Kelp Highway, people that came on boat and who hugged along the coast, right? And then you had the people afterwards who
So
came
did
from
those people
the
get trapped in?
Atlantic
Did they
corridor.
get trapped? Did they get trapped in Beringia? Yes or no?
Yeah, that's the Beringian standstill. That's where all these people came from, and that's where your
They predate. It's people that predate the Beringia standstill.
That's where they came from. It's all the same genetic
DNA change from
No,
clothes.
oh my god.
Prove
Has your
genetic
DNA
prove
changed
that,
from clothes, brother?
bro. That's why they have different, even linguistics. Prove it. Tell you, prove it, bro. He sounded way too pseudo, fam.
And then you keep saying it's the same group. They're not the same group, bro. It's two y'all. The North people don't have the population wide.
Why y'all only got one maternal haplogroup?
We have two. Isn't it Q and C?
Not
It's
really.
bro. C come from Melanesian in Australia.
Yeah, but not that branch. Not that branch.
Not that brand, nigga. It's the ancestral population. What did you think the first?
come from a baby population, bro.
Basically, if we do that, we can say Europeans are African. If we just keep going back and back and back.
We can't. What is R1B is not African?
No, that's just not how it works, man.
Bro, you're not making.
You're conflating an A haplogroup with derived haplogroup. We're talking about the same C branch, bro.
It doesn't matter. Hold on, real quick. Migration doesn't matter. It was just people here pre-colonial, bro. That's all Indian indigenous means. That's it. That's why it's diversity. It's diversity, bro. Genetic proof that.
Yeah, alright, Scam, do you know about ancestral A and ancestral B? That's what you're talking about. Of course, bro. I'm not. The thing is, alright, if there was black people here pre-1492, all I want you all to show me this historical.
We showed you earlier. We showed you historical evidence.
Yeah, but you wanted to say African, and it's not going to say African.
You still can't debunk why they labeled them Negro.
And you guys bring up Afro-Indian communities and people.
I'm talking about.
Hold on. Came here. You say you can't do that. If you get coined Indian, that means that's it. By definition, you are indigenous. That's it. That's all it means, bro. If they coin you Indian, by definition, you cannot change that unless you show me a different definition. You lost this argument, bro. Respectfully.
He wants us to pull up something that says Africans were here in 1492, and none of us are claiming to be Africans. Cape don't even match any bones in Africa, but Cape is black, and he's indigenous, and his people was here in 1492, so...
They don't have to say African. They don't have to say African.
But that's what you're asking for. That's what you're asking for.
No,
it's never going to be that. It's never going to say that. But will they have so-called Negro phenotype, so-called Negro genetic? But they're not going to be African people. There's never going to be a
Christopher Columbus' son, Ferdinand Columbus, right? He described the people in eastern Honduras, right? Almost black, right? We know about that. Prophet was up here earlier. He was talking about people in the southeast, right? We know the Pequot Indians were described as cannibal Negroes upon first contact as well, right? The Pequots, right? The Pequots on first contact were called cannibal Negroes.
But oh my god. So it's like the Spanish, you know? The Spanish called everyone Moors. It doesn't mean everyone was Moors.
What did they use though? What did they use to base? Oh yeah, matter of fact, let them stay there.
Stop. If you get coined Indian, by definition, you are Aboriginal. We gotta go by definition, bro. That's it. I'm not changing the thing. We gotta act like Pan-Africans. We're not changing the definition. If you coin Indian, you are Aboriginal.
Show me the explorer that saw your people here pre-1492. Who said these Indians look like the Negroes of Guinea? Who said that? I don't No, man, because these type of features are pretty common in tropical regions. You know, basically your skin color and your features are all adaptations. You know, it's for you to make it and adapt to your environments. Bro, have you not seen Central Americans? We also have big lips and big noses. We're not mixed with mixed with Spanish and indigenous. So some of the people there are not even mixed. At least not on a wide scale.
Yeah, he thinks him as El Salvadorians, they're monoliths. That's what he thinks. So
He said monoliths.
go ahead and answer that, Sage.
They keep muting me. Have you all not seen people in Guatemala or different Mayans who have like a 90% plus indigenous DNA?
What?
Yeah, their haplogroups most of the times are indigenous as well. Sometimes they have a European on the paternal. Sometimes it's African, you know? It's not, bro, you're talking about a colonial, something that. Yeah, so you're not specific people, you know, but there are people who don't have these yes, there is. Do you think? Hold on, just a second.